Welcome to the Heart of Giving. We are a program that brings to you the nonprofits in the city of Long Beach. Those are the groups that do things because they love it. They do things because they donate their time and sometimes money. It's something that we need to know more about because the city is filled with groups that love the city and are taking care of special needs that we have in our city and caring for one another. And today we have Val Parker. And Val, I'm going to let you introduce Janae in a minute. I can remember you, how many years ago?
Just about five, almost five.
I think it was before that.
Oh, maybe.
Because I was still in office.
Oh, maybe, yes.
So,
okay.
But anyway, and she came up to me with this idea that she was trying to get started. And I think that maybe, I'm going to ask you what you do, but I think you had maybe 3 or 4 volunteers that were helping you. And I want you to tell us what you do now, how many are involved with this, and some success stories. And I know Janae is probably one of them.
Exactly,
so,
from the beginning, yeah. You're right, that was a while ago.
Okay, Val, it's your turn now.
So I'm Power for Youth Mentoring Program. So we are a one-on-one academic mentoring program. Our goal is to help kids to do better in school through matching them with a mentor. So we're a site-based program where mentors meet with their students, middle school or high school students, at a location. But we're not a tutoring program. We're way more than tutoring and homework. The goal is to help them to do school by addressing the behind-the-scenes issues, the broad things that are helping the kids, keeping the kids from doing their best.
But also with helping them with their homework.
With their homework, right. But it's not necessarily doing the homework as much as learning how to do homework, how to study, how to take notes, test taking. So it's the things that can be applied across to all classes.
And you've gone from the 3 that you told me about to how many?
So today we have 60, this year we had 60 mentors in our program.
And how do you
from
get
one
these
location
mentors?
up to 6 sites.
How do you get them?
They come from all over. So word of mouth, newspaper, shows like this, a lot, just Googling mentoring and Power for Youth hopefully will pop up. So the mentors are a variety. I mean, everything from college students to retired folks and everything in between. So almost anybody can be a mentor because we work hard then to match them with a student that would take with the gifts the adults are bringing and have those
And when you
needs.
say gifts, you mean knowledge?
And skills and personality, all of those things. So kids are middle school when they join the program, they're struggling, they're failing
So they're
at least
middle school age children.
when they join.
Okay.
And they are usually failing at least one class. So they're coming because they're failing, math or something. But lots of times it's not just about math. It's these other broader things that are happening in their life that they need help with.
And how many times a week or a month or?
Pairs meet weekly for about an hour and a half. So once a week for an hour and a half, and that's all it takes. Research, we're a very research-based program, and that consistency of an hour, hour and a half a week makes a huge difference.
Just talking?
Talking, working on homework, working on school, reading.
Getting to know each other.
Getting to know, building that relationship, and then helping them create goals for their future and be motivated to follow those goals.
Do mentors have more than one mentee?
No, it's all one-on-one.
One-to-one.
So they can really focus on building that relationship.
Okay. And if somebody wanted to be a mentor to really help a junior high age student, they would get in touch with Power for Youth.
Absolutely,
I
absolutely. And it's Power for Youth with the number 4, easy to find. And then I say we have middle school, but we also have high school kids in the program.
That started as
middle school.
I see.
Exactly, and they can stay in the program until they graduate from high school.
And have you had any that go from junior high through high school?
Absolutely, absolutely. Probably about half of our students are high school kids and half are middle school kids.
And how do the students know about you? Is it by reference from the schools?
Pretty much, yes.
I see.
Kids can come all different ways too, through social service agencies, maybe social workers or word of mouth or their churches, but primarily it is through the counselors from the schools that refer the kids. That they say, oh, these kids in middle school, they just need that little oomph.
And probably a lot of them need to be picked up.
Well, we're in neighborhoods, so we're located, we have
within the
locations.
for
So
that
they-
for your area.
Yeah, so whatever neighborhood they live in, they can find a location.
Oh, I see.
So,
So you go
but
to
yes,
that neighborhood, yeah.
Yes, we are a neighborhood-based program
Okay, and like where do you meet them? In churches?
In
In
churches.
churches.
in churches. We're not a church program,
Hmm.
but churches,
They give you facilities.
they provide the facilities, exactly,
Mhm.
and they tend to be where kids live.
Hmm.
So we're in churches that have space. They have space all week,
Hmm.
so we can take their space.
Mhm.
They're happy to have somebody there using their facilities, and there we are.
And who coordinates all of this?
Me.
I knew that.
Yes.
So you've got a bigger job than you did at the beginning, that's for
Oh
sure.
yes, I think so.
So
Yeah.
you interview the mentors and the mentees before you place
I
them?
make them, yes, definitely. That's the funnest part of my job is the making the matches, getting to know the mentors, getting to know the students, and then putting them together. I think I must have been a matchmaker in my
That
other
is-
life or something.
Well, I know Janae is here for a special
Yes.
reason, so introduce her and tell us what she is doing.
Yeah, so Janae Fields is one of our mentors. She is also on our board of directors. We're very fortunate that a lot of our board members come from our mentor pool because we have a huge variety of mentors. But Janae's been in our program, and her student Tiffany just finished her freshman year of school. So
freshman
they've
year.
been together for a couple years, and you could tell your story
Yeah.
on
Tell
how
us
you
about,
and Tiffany.
Tell us about how you got started to
Yeah.
begin with before you met Tiffany.
Well,
Absolutely.
as I mentioned earlier, I'm sorry. I'm from Seattle, and we have a huge family, and I've always kind of worked for the Boys and Girls Clubs, and so I'm just kind of, I'm used to being around kids, and so when I moved to California from Seattle, it was just kind of, I missed that aspect. So I had a girlfriend who found Power for Youth, and she told me about it, and I signed up and interviewed, and about 2 months later, I was like, oh, what's happened? But 2 months later, and that's why it's so important. She does the matching. She really matches. And so about 2 months later, she called and she said, I think I have the perfect student for you. And come to find out, the student had just had a tragedy in her life, and I had also had just had a tragedy in mine. And it was kind of like, that was almost like our bond.
Important for
Yeah,
both of you.
exactly, right. And so when I got with her and we started meeting, and it was just like, today it's like that's my little sister. It was tough in the beginning, but she went from failing all her classes to almost perfect A's her first year. She never played sports. She went to playing 0 sports to 3 sports. She had missed out on a lot of math, and we just kind of turned everything around from her. Now she's gone from this shy little quiet girl to she's comes to speaking engagements with with us. So it's like she's just flourishing. She's doing so good. I'm so proud of her, and that's again, it's like why it's so important to. I guess what kind of puts Power for Youth kind of sets them apart from other sites is that we do the matching, and if they didn't focus so much on making a perfect match, then she may become disinterested. A mentor may become disinterested down the road or whatever.
They don't
Exactly.
empathize with each other.
Right. And so it's like that's what holds the bond together. And a lot of these students, they've had people who have come in and out of their life, and they sometimes don't have trust issues. And so that's kind of important. It's like, we bond, and I trust you, and we're going to do this together. So it's great. We meet at Antioch Church, and every Thursday, and sometimes on the weekends. She calls me all the time to tell me what's going on, and she's doing great. I'm really
That's
proud
great.
of her.
Well, she feels beholden to you too, I'm
Yeah,
sure,
she does.
because you're her friend and she doesn't want
Right.
to disappoint her friend.
Right.
So-
And that's she knows she would rather a teacher call home than call me, basically. Yeah. So she knows that, but it's good. We mix up. It's fun. It's also a little, it's discipline. I have to guide her. I have to push her and I have to encourage her. But I also have to have that, it's okay. Let's laugh together too. And so we kind of do all those things. And so that's what really forms, such a strong bond. It's like we do it all. We do it all. So.
How does this differ from, you mentioned big brothers, big sisters. How does it differ from that? Is it because you spend time with them working individually, but you just don't go to movies on weekends, and is that it?
Right. We have a fairly structured program, especially initially. So I think being site-based is a big help. The mentors and the students have a safe place. They both, a safe, neutral place they can both come and be together. There's a staff person if there are any questions or concerns that's on site. As Janae said, many of the pairs flourish beyond that initial site-based program, and they end up doing more stuff together. I think they went to Museum of Tolerance yesterday, for instance.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But initially, it's that being a site-based program with a focus on academics. Our goal is always coming back to doing better in school.
Right.
And it all, so we have a goal, and the kids can get into that, and it gives you a focus point.
Well, that's excellent, and you're changing lives. And that's what you had as your initial goal.
That's what we do.
That was your mission.
Yes.
Well, I know that people are going to be interested and maybe even want to be a mentor.
That'd be great.
And I know that you could be found very easily because Power for Youth has a 4 in it.
Yes.
So that's how I remembered it for a long time.
Exactly.
Well, I'm delighted that both of you were here. Thank you very
Thank you
much
very
for
much.
being
Thank
here.
you.
We're happy to know what you do and that the success it shows
Thank
in
you.
the lives.
Thank you.
Thank you very much to you for watching. We have another segment, so please stay on.